underway for the third and final period of this hockey game. Jackets leading 3-0 and looking to advance, probably to face, although it's a 1-1 tie last we heard, they'll place either the winner, either International Falls or Proctor. Facing off for the Jackets will be Steve Terrell as he faces off against Tim Dirksen. Comes off Terrell, now it's bumped back to center ice. Dirksen races into the Jacket zone. Spun around, now in comes Sarazine. Puck behind the Jacket net. They'll set it out to the point. Olsen over the other brother there. Oh, Scott. Shot whistles just wide, deflected in front. And the Jackets finally get it out to center ice, where Gosted will dump it into the zone. Puck takes a strange hop onto Kokowski. He gloves it and dumps it behind his own net. And given right up to Pat Zabachnik by Scott Olsen. Now it comes out to center ice. Here comes Dirksen against John Rue. Dirksen whistles a shot that goes away wide. And Huseman will control. Huseman dumping out to the point. Gets by. Here comes Zabachnik in a race with Sarazine. And he backs in the zone offside. So we'll now have a change of lines for both clubs. 14:09 to play, 3-0 Jackets. Johnny Rue to face off against Tim Fink. Now they dump it to the Chisholm line, and then the linesman, Andy O'Brien, knocks it off the linesman, and whistle is blown, and we'll have a face-off just outside the Chisholm zone. Linesman just couldn't escape there. He's kind of smiling about it. He was pinned up against the boards and couldn't get out of the way. Rue and Fink to face off again. Rue, O'Brien, and Girardi on. O'Brien just dumps it back in the goal to the into the zone to the left of the goal. Now given away as Girardi throws a big check behind the net. Andy O'Brien whistles a quick shot that's deflected by Kokowski. Kokowski has 32 saves through 2 periods and has made a couple more already in this period. Now out to Stavnes. He has a little trouble controlling it, so he dumps it back behind the net to O'Brien. Now along the near boards, it's John Rue dumping it back to the point. Stavnes moves in, puts a wrist shot on, knocked down in front. Nice play by John Rue. There's a shot that's knocked down by defenseman Kintner. Now it comes out to the slot, and it'll come out of the zone as racing it out is Tim Fink. Dumps it down into the Hibbing zone, and Chisholm will make a few changes now as Girardi winds it up and comes out of his own zone. Here comes Girardi, 3-on-2 with O'Brien and Rue. Gets it over to Rue a little too far down into the corner. Rue and Kintner battle behind the net. Puck still behind the net, picked up by Girardi. Girardi sends it back to Stavnes. He whistles a shot right on. Kokowski couldn't control the rebound. Now the puck is fallen on in the slot by players. And we have a face-off coming. And now Rue has a hold of number 13, Scott Olsen's stick. Johnny Rue's not too bad. I can't believe you're an official and you're talking like that. That's disgusting. Anyway, now after the face-off is Danny Kasner. After 2 periods, in another section, so Proctor 3. 3-1, Proctor leading the Falls, so it could very well be Hibbing and Proctor in Grand Rapids on Tuesday evening, as I don't see the Chisholm Blue Streaks coming back in this game. Now Gosted controls behind the net. I'm sitting next to Chisholm people. I'm just trying to rile them up. Now it comes out to center ice. They wave off icing as it hit a player in center ice, and Wohlers will control. Says it right out. Doug Terrell has it knocked off his stick by Dion Anderson. Down in the corner it goes to Doug Terrell. Deanna, okay, well, it's a Chisholm person that told me to call him that, so Dion Anderson. And racing back is Pescuzzi. Now it's held in, and falling down is Dion Anderson. Any second I expect to hear a run around Sue, but I guess we won't, as now comes Gosted out to center ice. Gosted gets around a check. Carries into the zone. Now Doug Terrell all alone is Kasner, and he backhands a shot wide. Kasner can't all alone on the doorstep. Had to go to the backhand and fired it just wide. Now Wohlers chases in the zone, but it's cleared out to center ice, where Mike Hardy will control, and he'll dump it right back in the Chisholm zone, and the Jackets will make some changes. As on comes Schwartz, Steve Terrell, and Zabachnik. Zabachnik couldn't quite hold the puck in the zone. And with 11:33 to play, we'll have a face-off outside the Chisholm zone. The Jackets holding on to that 3-goal lead, 3-0. Now I guess it's time to start thinking about preserving the shutout for Jim Monticelli. Monticelli thus far this year has a goals against average of 2.75 with 1 shutout over 12 games. Very good. His backup, or his alter ego on the Jackets, Rich Jacklin, played 8 games with 3 shutouts and has a 2.125 goals against average. Now here comes Steve Terrell. Terrell in his zone, works the wrist shot. Kukowski makes the save and holds on. Steve Terrell, by virtue of a goal scored this evening, now has 32 points and is tied with John Rue for second place on the Jackets. Paul Girardi leads the Jackets in scoring now, as he had an assist in the second period, and he now has 35 points on 14 goals and 21 assists. P. Wohlers has 16 goals, 13 assists for 29 points. And with 20 points, Doug Terrell, 7 goals and 13 assists. So the Jackets are adding a little bit to their statistics this evening, as the quarterfinal round of Section 7 hockey winds to a close, and we'll be down to just 4 teams after tonight in Section 7. Now into the zone, offside. The puck is brought in by Scallett. He's dumped. Looks around, looked a little angry there, but he'll come out of the zone and they'll make a change. Third period, 10:47 to play. And this is my third hockey game in 24 hours, and so I'm starting to lose my voice a little bit here, so she'll hold on though. It's getting a little higher. You can always start to lose it because I start singing soprano. Hope you wore your boots. Anyway, back now. Oh, we have a little battle there between Tom Sullivan and number 11 Barron. Sullivan broke his stick. Coming into the zone is number 6 Fink. Puck is played out to the blue line, held in by Scott Olson. Scott Olson still controls, puts a backhander on, deflects in front as a maze of bodies in front of the net. And now the Jackets try to clear it out of the zone. Here he comes with Tom Sullivan. Oh, he's hammered. Tommy Sullivan takes an elbow. It's inside his zone. Now it's dumped down, and the Jackets will change up again. On for the Jackets on that one with Sanborn, Sunval, and Sullivan, the fourth line, as they give the first line a spell. Now Rue, O'Brien, and Girardi out with Huseman and Gosted at the points. Play still in the Jacket zone. And we'll have a whistle as Monticelli pins the puck up against the goal, and we'll face off to the right of Jim Monticelli. 9:54 to play. Go get this done sooner or later. There's a quick shot from the point. Monticelli holds it on as we get untangled up here after our interview with the Sheiks. Dream on. Proctor and Chisholm in your dreams. It's a fantasy game, isn't it? As now off the face-off, Dion Anderson will face off against John Rue. Straight to Len Berman and let him know at NBC he might get it for you. Okay, now comes behind the Hibbing net out the far boards. And Stavnes dumps it around, and Paul Girardi controls along near boards. Starts out to center ice to Johnny Rue. Johnny Rue into the zone is bumped by Kintner. Now the puck comes back along the boards on the near boards here. That's slow number 2. He sent sprawling Mike Sonnenberg as sticks are all over the ice, and Mike Hardy picks up a glove and a stick. Now a puck out to center ice. Bringing it in is Mike Scallett, but he's ridden off the puck, and Hardy picks it up. Now they try to dump it out to center, and they do. Johnny Rue will dump it down into the Chisholm zone. 9:04 to play. And the Jackets making wholesale changes here. As onto the ice comes Doug Terrell and Danny Kasner. Up ahead to Kasner. Kasner one-on-one against Kintner. Puts a little move on him. Now centers it up to Doug Terrell. He couldn't control it. Puck went behind the net. Oh, there's Joe Gosted. He's hammered behind the net, and the streaks clear it out. Here comes Sonnenberg. Sonnenberg ahead to Dirksen. Dirksen puts a move on Pescuzzi. Pescuzzi gets a piece of him, knocks him off the puck. And here comes P. Wohlers back to center. Wohlers into the zone, whistles a shot off a stick, goes up off the wall, and the faceoff will come inside the Chisholm zone. Now the referee knocks the stick out of Todd Sarazin's hand. Inside the zone, Tim Pauline making the correction. Love sitting with Chisholm people because they just like to razz people, I tell you. They can't accept defeat at all, I tell you. So over here.
A lot of time left, 8 minutes.
8 minutes left, Tim says.
Anything can happen.
Yeah, Hibbing could score 2 more goals too, so. Now it comes around the back of the net where Doug Terrell will control. Come out of the corner, tips it back to Tom Pescuzzi. Shot is deflected in front, goes wide. Now over here is Doug Terrell to control. Trying to get back to the point to Gosted. Now gets it down the corner. Wohlers walks right out of the corner. Puck is deflected wide, and now Gosted will chase with number 10, Brady Nash. He was the fourth boy member of the Brady bunch, I think, isn't it? And now we have a little pushing and shoving behind the net, and a face-off will come to the right of goaltender Jim Monticelli. 7:44 to play, 3-0 Jackets. By the way, in case you're wondering, this is not an HCCV cable Channel 2 production, although the game is shown on Channel 2. It is a community television, public access production of the Hibbing High School Hockey Club. Now into the zone comes a Bachnik. Nice move. Puck rolled off his stick as he got around Kintner, but he couldn't quite control. Now that puck was off Steve Terrell's stick. Back into the corner where Scallett will try to center. He's hammered by Terrell. Now Terrell gets it back down into the corner. He hammers with Tonko. And we'll have a tie-up and a face-off coming to the left of Mark Kokowski. Both bands in attendance tonight, the Hibbing Band and the Chisholm Band, as happens during playoff time. Now, looks like Proctor may beat the Falls, so Hibbing will play Proctor in Grand Rapids. Grand Rapids comes here probably to play Greenway, the way it looks. Now the puck rolls right up on Kokowski, and the save is made. Of course, by the time you see this, the tournaments might be all over, so it's hard to tell. We're not exactly sure when this game will be shown. Now the puck goes down to the corner, back out to the point. Huseman will hold it in. Bats the puck high, drops down, rolls up to Kokowski, and he holds on. Huseman scored on a bouncer earlier in the game. .707 to play, 3-0 Hibbing. My voice gets any worse, I'll be doing my Donald Duck imitation in a few minutes here. It's back out to the point. Huseman dumps it in again. Now sprawling save by Steve Terrell, holds it in the zone. Back to Hardy at the point. He whistles a shot that goes wide. Johnny Schwartz controls. Jackets just content to keep it in the Chisholm zone now. Puck deflects off of number 13, Scott Olsen's stick. Comes back down to the slot. Steve Terrell comes out. Shot, big, save. Oh, puck goes over the net and wide as the Jackets buzzing all around Kokowski. Chisholm coming into this game with a 10-10-1 record. Had an excellent year. For Chisholm, a very good year. Back goes Ped Zabachnik. Picked up by Huseman. Now Zabachnik picks it back up and tries to dump it out to center ice. Went into Sunderberg's skates. Now out comes Cal Huseman. Huseman 1-on-2, 1-on-5 actually. As the Jackets make a change. Huseman was all alone on the ice there, and now the Dew Streaks will dump it all the way down, right on Monticelli. He'll just clear it up to the open wing to Tom Sullivan at his own blue line. Sully knocks it off of Stavnis' skate. Now it's dumped right ahead by number 9, Scott Sunball, into the zone, as we have Sunball, Sanborn, and Sullivan, the S line for the Jackets. Tommy Sullivan pulling double duty tonight, spelling Danny Kasner on the Terrell line. Doug Terrell, Dan Kasner, P. Wohlers line, and also playing on the fourth line for the Jackets. Big hit over there by Pescuzzi, but into the zone comes Scallett. Scallett gives the puck away. Now at the slot, comes right back to Stavnes, and he just clears it out of the zone where it's knocked down by Chris Kintner. Now he'll knock it back to the Chisholm line. He'll wind and shoot a long one that deflects off Stavnes. Over on the far side, Sarazine races in for the puck. And back to pick it up is Sanborn. Sanborn hammers it around the boards, comes all the way back out. Where number 16, Darren Olsen, will control. Olsen ahead to Dirksen. Dirksen whistles a shot that goes wide. Comes off the boards right to Gosted, but he gives it up to Scott Olsen. Now Gosted picks it up back, headmans it ahead, and back for the Jacket comes Andy O'Brien. Andy O'Brien into the zone, goes around behind the net, centers it right on front, nobody home. Picked up by Scotty Olsen. He's knocked off the puck. Now Andy O'Brien picks it up. Andy skates in, spins around, sends it into the slot, nobody home. I think we're going to have a holding penalty on the Blue Streaks. Number 16, Darren Olsen. An excellent call by that official from Section 8. Time of that penalty, 10:31. Now comes out to the blue line. Steve Terrell can't hold it in. Comes all the way back out to center where Terrell will circle against John Tonko. Just beats Tonko clean. Comes into the zone. Terrell knocked flying. Tries to control the puck along the far boards. But nice play by number 13, Scotty Olsen, to clear it all the way down. Back to pick it up is Joe Gosted. Leaves it behind his net for number 7, Johnny Rue. Ahead to John Schwartz down the near side. Schwartzy into the zone. Back to Rue. Rue comes into the slot. Tries to put a wrist shot. Now fires one wide. Banned on the first shot. Got the second one. And all the way back down the zone comes Steve Terrell. He'll circle behind the net and start out to center with John Rue. Rue wasn't quite expecting that pass. Has a little trouble controlling it. Now into the zone go the Jackets. Knocked off his stick. Schwartz will now battle into the corner with Dirksen. Dirksen comes away with the puck. Dumps it over here on the near side to Chris Kintner. And he dumps it all the way down. 3:29 left in the period. 58 seconds left in the Blue Streaks penalty. As the Jackets now change. And down the ice it goes. Steve Terrell, Doug Terrell, Zaboknik, and Gosted on the ice. As Steve Terrell starts it out to center. Tries to get a pass over to Zebo. Bounced off a defensive man's stick. And now Steve Terrell just dumps it in the Chisholm zone. And they race behind the Chisholm net. Centering it out, nobody at the point as Jackets change, and Wohlers backhands it over to Cal Huseman. 26 seconds left in the penalty. Jackets clear down. They don't necessarily have to score anything here. They're just keeping the pressure on. Now Huseman come right around that, tried to stuff it in, and back 2-on-1 comes Dirksen. And a pass over to number 3, Scallett, goes under his stick. Now Dirksen's in the slot, tries to get to Scallett again, goes between his legs. Now the Jackets start back to center ice with Wohlers. Big Petey Wohlers, just back off a shoulder injury. Shot to goal! Petey Wohlers all the way for the goal. Nice wrist shot. Beat Kokowski high, and that will ice this hockey game at 4-0. Time of that goal, 12:32. 1 second after the penalty expired. We'll wait for the assist. Pete Wohlers gets the goal. I believe the assists will go to Girardi and Kasner. We'll have to wait and see. I'm not sure who got assists on that goal. And the Jackets dump it right back into the Chisholm zone.
Scoring for Hibbing at 12:32 on the third period. Number 14.
Play in the Chisholm zone. Second goal of the evening for Pete Wohlers. He's made a brilliant comeback with a couple of goals the other night and 2 more tonight. Zaboknik gets 1 assist. And Kasner with the other as Monticelli holds on. So now for Petey Wohlers on the year, 17 goals and 13 assists for 30 points. As Pete's really come on here late in the season. Pat Zaboknik has 8 goals and 9 assists for 17 points. And Danny Kasner has 1 goal and 6 assists for 7 points, as now the Jackets break it out to center ice. So the Jackets really helping out in the statistical department. So here comes Hardy with Sanborn and Sullivan, back pass to Sullivan. Shot goes wide. Somebody's got a whistle in the crowd, I think. That's real intelligent. Now it comes up to center ice. Tommy Sullivan tries to bat it in. Now Johnny Rue out on the ice. Rue, Sullivan, Stavnes, Sanborn, and Hardy out for the Cardinals, the Jackets. 1:19 left to play. Ticket announcements coming up after the game. Now the Streaks just backhand in the zone. Stick laying in the zone. Now picked up by Sanborn. And out to center ice. Tommy Sullivan tries skate out. Gets it ahead to Rue. He just dumps it down into the Chisholm zone. With 1 minute left to play. Jackets 4. Chisholm Blue Streaks nothing. Been a good hockey game. Same score as over in Chisholm. The Hibbing Blue Jackets beat the Streaks in Chisholm earlier in the year 4-0. And that's an offside on the Streaks with 47 seconds to play. I don't know. Now the Streaks control the draw, dump it in the zone, goes off of Barron's skate into the zone. Barron takes a hit from Gosted. Gosted broke his stick, I think. Now a long shot goes wide. Goes around the near boards to Barron. Barron takes a hit from Gosted, and Girardi will pick up the puck. Gets it out to Rue, ahead to O'Brien. Gosted did not break his stick, he just dropped his stick. The puck goes out, 22 seconds to play. Puck is shot all the way out. They'll wave off icing to get this game over with, as the puck didn't make it anyway. And now back is Tommy Pescuzzi. Now the Streak player offside, and it's blown down with 9 seconds to play, and the faceoff coming outside the Hibbing blue line. So the Jackets advance to take on what looks like to be the Proctor Rails as they lead 3-1 in their hockey game in Grand Rapids Tuesday night. Long shot dumped in wide. Gosted will control, just dump it out. 2-1, that's the end of this hockey game. We'll wait for the stops. Skakowski in the Chisholm net at 32 at the end of 2. Monticelli for Kakowski, he had 11 saves for a game total of 43. 3 for Monticelli for a game total of 14 as the Jackets get the shutout 4-0 and defeat the Chisholm Blue Streaks to advance to the semifinals of Section 7. From the Hibbing Memorial Arena, this is Steve Zimmerman wishing you a very pleasant good evening, and thank you very much for watching.